Hello, everybody. It's your boy, the Tatumeister, back again with a new video. Hold on. So, as you can tell by the title of the video, I'm gonna put Rosanna over here. As you can tell by the title of the video, it is time for the Derek movie review. If you don't know what Derek is by now, I mean, I'm going to tell you what it is. So, you probably don't know what it is. So, my friend Mark and me have been pretty good friends on YouTube for a while. He makes movies, and this is his first feature-length debut movie he's ever made. It's 57 minutes. It is part of the Transfer Universe. It is the second to last, the penultimate Transfer Universe film. Up to the next movie, the final Transfer movie, which will be Transfer Edge of the World. So, this is a prequel movie taking place before... It basically takes place before Jaeger and... Wait, no. It takes place after the Jaeger and before Transfer Co. So it explains the little backstory of Derek and how he became evil. Or evil quotation marks, because the movie does give us a little of an origin story here. A little of a different perspective. So, it's a really nice movie. I'm not going to play bias just because just because Mark is my friend. I'm not going to play bias. I'm going to review this movie as well as I would any other movie, so, yeah. So what do I think about Derek overall? Is it a good movie? Hell yeah, it is. So, basically, I'm basically just making this review this movie review. Sorry, I'm still kind of sick. It's one of the reasons why I haven't. I'm basically making this review so I can give exposure to the movie. I really want this movie to get a lot of attention, because Mark really worked hard on this movie. It was supposed to come out in like July of last year, and it got delayed until like this weekend. So yeah, it got pushed back a ton back. But I'm very happy the movie finally came out, and it's definitely been... I think it was worth the wait, honestly. It's very great. It's definitely second best movie he's ever made. Even better than Night Owl Phase 2, which... Night Owl Phase 2 is freaking great, but Derek is just awesome. Like, it is truly his best written movie today. Now, I'm going to get into the negatives later, but I'll just keep going into the positives of the movie. The biggest positive I can give is Mark himself. Mark directs, writes, produces, and stars as the main character in this movie. And you can feel his energy and his passion for this movie in the whole movie. I mean, it is just great. It really is great. We get a lot of backstory with Derek and James Rallison, how they met. We get a lot of cool little tidbits with the hunter and other things. I'm not going to spoil too much that was in the movie, but... yeah, it's a really awesome way that he did it. I'm really happy how it turned out. It's very great. Now, don't be expecting... oh, here's my famous line. Don't be expecting Marriage Story, but for real. Honestly, I don't say this is on par with Marriage Story. Now, that's a little of a stretch. This movie just means a little personally to me more than other movies would, because I've been attached to KFDM and what they've done with their movies. I'm more attached personally to them. Maybe objectively wise, this movie isn't like phenomenally made. I don't know. I mean, you got to remember, Mark he doesn't have a big studio. He doesn't have Mark and KFDM don't have a huge studio or a huge group of people working on their movies. I mean, it's just them doing it. So you got to give them props for doing stuff like this. The fact that they don't have a giant studio or a bunch of famous people or a bunch of stuff, that they're able to do these movies and still make them really quality made, like still make them really good. And I think that's pretty impressive. Now, sometimes they slipped up, like Dragon Mask, what was that Dragon Mask movie, Chicken Mask, whatever, that was a weird one. And I guess their first ever movie, Transfer, the original Transfer, isn't really all that good. It's kind of messy at parts, but I think they've come a long way since that first movie. I mean, since their first movies, they've come a long fucking way. I mean, like Transfer Hitman's Code especially. Transfer Hitman's Code is my favorite movie of theirs. It's a masterpiece short film, in my opinion. Now, some people aren't going to agree, but that's literally my favorite short film. I mean, Transfer Hitman's Code is honestly my favorite short film ever made. It's perfect. Like, I wouldn't change a single thing about that movie. And Derek really adds a lot to the series. Now, Code Zero is also a really good movie. There's a lot of other good movies in this series. We have, of course, The Jaeger, which is the first one. Jaeger is a really good one. Jaeger actually is in this movie, ironically. They put, like, part of the Jaeger at the beginning of this movie. Like, they literally just show Jaeger, like, half of the freaking Jaeger movie in this movie, but... which does go into my negatives of it. Why even show the, like... bro, it should have just said You know, it could have just put the Jaeger parts in black and white. That part should have been shorter because it kind of makes the Jaeger a pointless movie now. Like, why would I watch Jaeger again if I have Derek now? Like, it's kind of, what's the point now? I don't know. I mean, I guess if you want the whole thing, I guess, but he literally put half of the Jaeger movie in the beginning of this movie. So I'm kind of like, why should I go back and watch Jaeger now? I don't fucking know. I guess if you want the whole thing, it's basically like a super cut version of it, but it's whatever. I still think Jaeger's a good movie, though. It just kind of makes, this movie kind of makes Jaeger less important now, because he literally put Jaeger in the movie, so it's like, okay. I don't know, but it's fine. Also, I guess a small negative is that the audio can be a little weird at points. Like, the music is great. The soundtrack for Derek is freaking great. I don't have any quarrels with that. I love all the songs he put in it, and they fit really well. All the songs and soundtrack he put in it is really good. And weirdly enough, I don't think he put any MGD music in this. I have to go back and check, but yeah, I don't think he put any of his own music in it. I might be wrong, though. Maybe I just didn't hear it. I wasn't paying attention, but yeah, there's a whole EP that goes with this movie, but sorry, I'm still what other stuff? I mean, other than the audio and that weird part of the beginning where he just puts the whole freaking Jaeger in that beginning part, this movie's really freaking awesome. Like, it's written to a T. It has so much passion behind it. I mean, okay, there's a weird part where, like, he just beats up a guy in a room. But, like, I don't know, there's weird parts of Derek, I'll admit. There's some weird parts. But who really cares? I mean, the story's so engrossing, and Derek is such a great character. And the characters are so lovable, and everything about this movie is so lovable. You don't really care about the little minor problems. I mean, it's so well done. I'm really impressed with what what Mark did with his movie. Mark plays Derek. I'm really happy how it turned out. I mean, Derek really is a special movie. You really all should go check it out. I strongly recommend it. Even if you haven't seen any other movies. Like, honestly, you can go into Derek completely blind and still end up loving it, because it's just so well done. I mean, Mark really put his heart and soul into this film. I'm really excited to see what he does with Night Owl Phase 3. Night Owl Phase 3 is the one I'm really excited for, because that one looks freaking insane. But, yeah, if you haven't seen Night Owl Phase 1 and 2, I definitely recommend those movies. They're really good. But yeah, guys, overall, I mean, Derek's just a freaking awesome movie. Like, I don't even know what you want me to say more. I mean, it's just a freaking awesome movie. Like, please go watch it. It's awesome. It's a guy. It's from a studio that's not well known. That they don't do a lot. They don't have a fancy studio place. They don't make movies in Hollywood. They're just a ragtag group of people, a group of kids that just make awesome films. Like, they just put out their heart and soul and make some really cool movies. And I'm really impressed with their first feature-length movie. It's pretty awesome, I'll admit. It's far from perfect, but it's awesome for what it is. The fact they were able to do this without all the crazy equipment, without all the fancy gear, is pretty impressive on their part, I'll admit. Like, I gotta admit, I'm pretty impressed how this turned out. It's pretty damn great. It's not a 10 out of 10. It's not Marriage Story. It's not anything like that. But I'm very impressed with what Mark and his team did. It's a good movie, very well written. Definitely his most well written movie he's made so far, and I'm really excited to see what he does next. So, yeah, that's basically my review on Derek. I mean, yeah, it has a few negatives with the audio and with some of the story, but who really cares? I mean, it's a great movie. Please watch it. I really recommend you go watch it. So, with all that being said, I'm gonna give Derek a 9.7 out of 10. I think it deserves it. It's a passion-fueled project. You could feel the energy. You could feel the heart. And yeah, it's definitely a very awesome origin story for Derek. You really feel for his character. It's a really great movie about mental illness and all these other themes. And I really enjoyed it a lot. I watched it twice and I enjoyed it both times. It was so damn great. So, definitely my favorite movie of the year. It's going to be hard to top. Maybe Night Owl Phase 3 will top it. I'm assuming it will because it's Night Owl Phase 3. But, like, other than that one, I don't see it. Maybe Space Jam 2 might top it. I don't know. Derek just means a lot to me personally. This is basically the prequel to Transfer Hitman's Code. So, yeah, this movie means a lot to me personally. But, yeah, I really love this movie. It's great. Probably one of my favorite movies ever made, honestly. I'm going to be honest. It's up there. Maybe it's like top 80. It's top 100, probably. I love this movie a lot. I'm definitely going to rewatch it multiple times. It's phenomenal. So, that's my review on Derek, guys. So, please go watch the movie. I'll put the link in the description. So, I know, I'm still kind of sick. So, anyway, guys, that's my review on Derek. So, thank you all for watching. Tatumeister is signing out. Bye-bye.